We went to the airport, tried to get on a flight to go to Jaws, and then missed our flight. Ended up driving back home, just surfing Waimea, and I was actually really stoked because that Jaws day was so big, and everyone knew it was gonna be huge, and it was just like nerve-wracking. But to be able to surf Waimea like that with only like 8 guys out, and for it to be that consistent and that big was like incredible. I just was paddling for the wave, and this whitewater broke behind me. I didn't see the whitewater breaking behind me, and so I thought I was just kind of in it, and I was going to stand up, and all of a sudden this whitewater hit me. I don't know, it was a big wave, and to be being launched into a wave like that, like really fast, was kind of scary. I was just like, oh gosh, here I go. And so I like stood up kind of blind, and then got into it, and I was like, my feet weren't really right, and I was just going down the face of the thing like, okay, and then just hit a big bump at the bottom and just kind of went flying. And the last thing I remember was just like in the air looking back at like the wave, huge double up, and it just, I've never seen an explosion that big in front of me. I was just like, oh gosh. And that one hit me, and that one really worked me, and then the next 2 worked me pretty good, but I never pulled my vest. Kind of wasn't panicking. I only like to pull when I'm panicking. That was funny. I wish I had a GoPro, so I was like at the bottom of the wave looking up, and he just like airs off the wave, and he's just in the air, and I was just like, oh my god, he's gonna land on me. We were laughing about it in the water. 3.5 hours of non-stop waves, almost closing out, and closeout sets. Like every single set was just huge, and like by the time you'd get back out, there'd just be another huge set. Really cool to be able to surf, just me, Nathan, and a couple other guys. I think it was an eddy size day. I don't know if it was an eddy day exactly. You know, in the evening actually, like when we were out, I think like the last half of our session was insane to run the eddy. There was huge, big, doubling up waves coming in, and really gnarly and clean faces. But you know, the morning was a bit rainy, and kind of didn't know quite what the wind was going to do all day. It was calling for north winds, and that's not very good for here. This next swell is looking the same size as that, but with different winds, so it's looking in southwest winds. It would be really amazing if it ran. I'm gonna ride my green board that I've been riding, a 10.4. I have a 10.4 and a 9.6 I'll ride. Just depends how big it is. If it's as big as that day we surfed, I'll ride that 10.4, because you know, Waimea is a real slabby wave. Sometimes you want a smaller board to be under it, but 10.4 is definitely nice to have on those big ones that are like capping outside of the reef almost.